I'm gonna ask and I'll just go with it. No, ask. There's no problem for asking. Trust me, many of us didn't know anything about college until we asked. We were begging people to tell us about colleges and how to do things. So ask. The internet. The internet has great resources. So I'm on Google. He knows everything. So if you wanna anything, ask. Google it. Search it. You have to put a lot of time to search to know about things. You can ask any of the aaysp and mentors. So what do schools look at? When you apply to school, they look at two things. One, your academic record. How many, how challenging, which one? What I mean by that, as I told you, sometimes they look at how many classes you take. If you're that, as I told you, in your first semester, you're going to know yourself. If you're that person who can handle 5 classes, and the classes are hard classes, you're taking chemistry, biology, math, English, physics, all those classes at the same time, and you handle them and you get good grades, you're a perfect candidate to any school. They will take you because those are hard classes and they're challenging classes. So they will take you. But I'm not saying that so you take them and screw up in those classes. No. If you feel that you're going to screw up, it doesn't matter. Just take 2 classes and do good in them and get all A's. So grades. Consistency or improvement. Focus on this. Consistency or improvement. So as I said before, if you, in your first semester, you took 3-4 classes, you couldn't handle them, you did bad in them, that's not the end of the world. Take them again the next semester. Do better. Take less classes, but do better. So they see that. They see in your grades and your academic record that your grades are improving. Each semester they go higher and higher and higher. So this is clear indication that you can do better in their school because you're always improving. You're not starting up here and then you go down there, or you're not fluctuating. So you're improving, or you keep like your grades high. So consistency and improvement. So class rank. If you're in high school, they're gonna see your class rank. How many people in your class, and where is your position in that class. So if you're like among the top 10, then you're perfect. You're great. If not, you have to watch yourself. The standardized tests. So like the SATs, the AP classes in high schools, you have to take those. It's better if you take them. It will open a lot of doors for you and a lot of scholarship and a lot of free money. So make sure that you take them. The extracurricular activities. So I'm talking about things that every school will look at. You read them there, right? So those all of the things that the schools, the 4-year schools will look at when you apply to their schools. And they will see. I mean, like, you can't be like, oh, I volunteered and so and so. But sometimes they might ask you to write a paragraph about what you did, the depth of your involvement, your leadership skills, creativity, like did you come up with new programs? So you have a great opportunity now here in the aaysp. You have an organization, it's serving your community, you know the president, you know the people on board. So what do? Be like, you know what, I'm thinking of a program. I want to do it in my high school. Or I want to do it can you guys come and do this and this and that? Or I'm going to start something new. Can you sponsor it? That's you're being creative. You're creating a program or something. You can do it anywhere you want. So that will give you something to write in your application. Trust me, when I applied to school, half of my personal statement was talking about things I did in the aaysp. You think it's like, oh, it's whatever. No, they accepted me based on that, because when I went to the interview, they asked me about those specific things. How do you do that? How do you do this? How were you involved in this? Did you do it with the help of other friends? Who did you ask? Wow, that's interesting. So they ask about those things because they like it. Not a lot of people do it. So you're going to be a unique person, a unique applicant. Someone that has something other people don't have. So think about those stuff. Letters of recommendation. Those are very important things to have. So when you are in school, you have to keep good relationship with your professors. Professors in colleges or your teacher in high schools. Be in touch with them. Go to their office hours. I used to go to my office hours to the go ahead.
Which helps more? The letter of recommendation or the personal statement?
letter of recommendation. More than personal statement.
Inshallah, I'm planning to go to Sweden. And I already have 2 letters from
That would be great.
my child.
Because when they see the letter of recommendation, because in your personal statement, you're talking about yourself, you're writing things. I could make myself like the cream of the crop, the best person in the world. I'm going to talk about myself and say, I am, and I am, and I am, and I am, you know. They will ask you, you know, they'll be like, oh, maybe he is, maybe he's not, you know, who knows? He wrote it himself. But when it comes from your professor or your teacher saying that, Fuad is a person that's committed to this and this and that, and he's doing this and this and that, and I've seen him doing this, and I heard about this, and I looked at that, and I know this about him. So, professor or teacher, especially like if they're like good positions. He said now department chair. You know what the department chair?
Let me tell them. Wallahi, he's a Jewish. I took his class. I took his class. He's involved in government and many other things. He only teach one day a week. And I took his class and he gave me it. So I wrote him an email at night, and he was traveling to Turkey at night, the second day. He said, I'm traveling, but what can I do for you? I said, I need a letter of recommendation. I only have a week. So I'm going to Yemen, and instead of spending the time in Yemen, I need to study abroad in Sweden, and I can't take my work there for a year. He said, okay, I will print it, and I make my secretary to sign it for you. You know, to sign the other advisor, you know, part, what classes I still need to finish. And he did it, and I will also establish a good relationship with the economics chair. She's Japanese, Takayama. And she gave me another letter of recommendation. Because
Trust me, like, we are here to tell about our experience, because we went through whatever you're going through right now. So I used to go to my professor. Now I'm going to tell you some stuff. But don't take it for granted. It can't happen all the time. But I'll tell you about my personal experience. I was in City College, taking political science class. I did this in my political science class, health science class, and an English class. I'll tell you first about my political science class. At the end, like in my final exam, I took the exam, and our teacher at that time, I even forgot his name. He's a political science teacher. He